Afternoon, dear Diego. How are you today?
I'm well, I'm fine. And you, teacher?
Okay, I feel great. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to share my presentation. Okay, and right now. Okay, let me
Okay,
know
okay.
if you see my screen. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Um. Okay. Welcome back to our new class and other interesting topic. Today we're going to do different exercise and activities. I thought that you to participate in this lesson. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. You are going to continue participating. So in this case, you're going to have 2 minutes, and you're going to choose a color for my slides, and you're gonna have 2 minutes to do it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the first activity. You're going to talk for 2 minutes about any topic. Okay. So you're gonna choose a color. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with you.
I choose the pink.
Very good. Okay, talk for 2 minutes about what is important in your life.
I think the things important in my life are my family, are my friends, are progress and be better in every day, and upgrade all my skills and my talents, and and I think that's all of the things that are important in my life.
Okay, okay, thank you. Please, Diego, choose another color.
The red.
Okay, okay, okay. Talk for 2 minutes about the nicest person you know.
The nicest person that I know is my friend Juan David. That is a good boy. He's very nice. He play guitar and piano and battery, and is so mm, is a good person, is happy, and mm, and that's all I think.
Okay, okay, Diego, thank you. Please choose another color.
The black one.
Black. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so for 2 minutes about your favorite TV or Netflix series. Okay.
Okay. My favorite TV series is she is his it have a name, Japanese name, that in English is Attack on Titan. It's a series when the people of the world are, mm, ¿cómo diría amenazado? Amenazada.
Amenazado.
Sí.
Okay, one moment. Amenazado. En sí la película, o mejor dicho, la serie es de guerra o así.
Yes.
Es como eh, three techniques. Amenazado.
¿Cómo?
Three tent.
Threatened.
Termina pues como está en pasado, pasado participo. Entonces, threatened. Espérame, lo escribo
Ok.
por aquí. ¿Alcanzas a ver?
Threatened. Ah, sí, sí, sí.
¿Sí lo alcanzas a ver?
Sí, teacher.
Ah, ok.
Attack on Titan is my favorite series. It's a series when who the people in the world, the humanity, are threatened by giant creatures named Titans. And the people must fight with the Titans to recover the control of the world.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Choose the last color, please.
Ok. El azul claro.
Okay, es light blue, okay?
Black blue.
Okay. Talk for 2 minutes about how to improve your English.
Improve es mejorar, ¿no?
Sí. ¿Cómo tú
Mm.
mejoras tu inglés? ¿Qué haces? Sí. Sí, what are you doing for that? Okay.
I think I could watch series in English, listen music in English, talk with people, and and, and aprender and learn every day about this language.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Diego, for participating, okay, in this activity. Okay, so let's continue. Bueno, today's class, I'm going to teach you some new vocabulary. Maybe this vocabulary is very useful when are given explanations or when we are talking about cause and effect. Okay, remember the cause and effect. I think maybe is might be new words for you. Okay. But before we jump right into our cause and effect activities, I want to share with you one of the best steps. Okay, reminder that the cause happens first. That doesn't mean that when reading the cause is the first event. Okay, there will read, but when discussing two related events where one cause the other, the cause will always be the first thing, okay? That could have happened between those two events. Okay, cause is the driving force in the text. It is the reason that things happen. In essence, cause is the thing that makes other things happen. Effect refers to what result. Okay, it is the what happened next in the text. Okay, that result from a preceding cause. To be concisely, cause is the why something happened. Okay, and effect is the what happened. Okay. Cause and effect are the important elements of a text that help the reader to follow a writer's line of thought. Okay. Okay. The concept of cause and effect is so prevalent in our everyday lives. Okay. There are many examples of cause and effect in daily life. You can probably relate to some of the following examples. Okay, for example, because the alarm was not set, we were late for work. Another example, uh, the weather forecast called for rain, so he took his umbrella. Another example, because of a price increase, sales are down. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna teach you about those words as well as other words we use when we're talking about explanations or cause and effect. So, what is cause? What do I mean by cause? When we talk about cause, we're talking about why something happens. Okay, so we're talking about situations or an event of a reason that leads to something. Okay. Okay. When we talk about effect, we are talking about the outcome or the what happened. Okay. Cause and effect is a relationship between events or things where one is the result of the other or others. Okay, this is a combination of action and reaction. Something happens that leads to an effect. I know that we all understand cause and effect relationships. For example, uh, lightning cause fire. Okay, another example, as a student, you know that if you stay at late at night before a test to watch a movie and do not study, you may not perform well on the test the following day. So, for example, here are some examples of causes and their effects. The verb study. Okay, so study is the cause. If you study hard, the effect is you do well. Okay, you study hard is the cause. The effect is you do well. Okay, the verb drink. If you drink a lot of tequila, what happens? Well, um, maybe you get a hangover. So the cause is drinking tequila. Okay, and the effect is a hangover, which leads to this. Okay. What about and if you forgot your your boyfriend or her friend's birthday and you've been going out for 8 years? Um, what do you think is gonna happen? The effect of that might be a big fight or a big argument. Okay, so we have here the cause you forgot. Okay, you forgot the birthday, and we have the effect a big fight. So now let's look up some sentences where we actually use cause and effect vocabulary. Okay, so the first word we are going to focus, and when we are talking about cause and effect, is the word so. Okay, we saw a lot when we are talking about cause and effect. Okay, so for example, I drink tequila. We already thought about that. That's the cause. So I have a hangover. Okay, that's an effect. The word so connects the cause with the effect. You also notice there is a comma here. Okay, so it's comma. So I have hangover. Let's look at another example. Don't forget his anniversary. That's the cause. So his wife is angry. That's the effect. And again, we use the word so. Okay, to connect the cause to the effect and this explain. something that's happening. These are also explanation. Okay, so when I talking about cause and effect, I am also talking about explanations. Answer the questions why. Why am I hangover? Because I drank tequila. Why is John's wife angry? Because John forgot the anniversary. Okay, so it's very useful when this. Now you are going to notice that when we use so, the cause is first and the effect is second. Okay, continue. Now let's look at another word that we use when we're talking about cause and effect. That word is because. We use because when we are talking about cause and effect. For example, because I studied hard, I did well. So the cause is I study hard, and the effect is I did well. Okay. When we use because, we can switch. Okay. So we can have the effect first and the cause second. So in this case, I can also say I did well, which is the effect, because I study hard, which is the cause, and we connect the cause and the effect. Okay, using the word because, so is similar to so. Okay, but in this case, because allows us flexibility, we can start the sentence with because, and then we can have the cause. For example, because I ate all the cake I have as a make. Okay, let's look at another example. We can also say, for example, because you forgot, I will tell you again. Okay, so to forget is the cause and the effect is I'm going to tell you again. Okay, we can search this where the effect comes first. In the cause comes the second. Okay, I will tell you again because you forgot. So the key here is the placement of because comes first. If the next and because comes first is the cause is at the beginning of the sentence. An effect is the second part of the sentence. Okay, because comes is in the middle if the effect is fierce. So in this case, this is the effect, and this is the effect. Okay. Okay. We can also use the word since. Okay, since is like because. So, for example, here I can say since I studied hard, I did well. I can also say I did well since I studied hard. So we're using it the same way as because and that also allows us to change the position of the cause and the effect sense. You forgot, since you forgot, I will tell you again, or I will tell you again since you forgot. Okay, so the words we've learned so far are so because. In sense, let's look at some more formal words. And we use when we are talking about cause and effect. Okay, okay. We also have more formal language where we can use when talking about cause and effect. So when we're talking more formally, we might be doing this because we're college or university and we're writing about the cause and effect. Maybe in an essay, or maybe we are at work and we are professional and we want to sound more formal and professional. So formal language is the type of language you use when you're bosses. Okay. Um, you know, when you are in school, it's not the language you use with your friends. Okay, so let's look at some more formal language. And again, formal language we often use. we writing let's, okay? So we speaking, so we have here some vocabulary we use when we are talking about cause and effect. As a result, okay, as a consequence, due to. So let's look at how this can connect a cause to an effect. As a result of oceans becoming warmer, coral reefs are dying. So what part is the cause? The cause in the sentence is the oceans are getting warmer and was the effect. Coral reefs are dying. Okay, so just like because we can put as a result at the beginning of the sentence to say as a result. Okay, cause effect as a result of the oceans getting warmer, coral reef and dying. Like because we can also switch this around coral reefs are dying. So this is the effect as a result. So this is our cause and effect. In effect, vocabulary of the oceans getting warmer. Okay, and this is the cause. So it's possible to use as a result like you would because it's the same with with this word or this phrase as a consequence. When we are talking about consequence, say okay, as a consequence, mm, are usually negative things. Okay, so we usually talking about a cause that leads to something negative. Okay, negative effect. So we can change this and use as a consequence if we want as a consequence of oceans becoming warmer, coral reefs are dying. We can also use the word due to. Okay, due to oceans becoming warmer, coral reefs are dying. So um, these are interchangeable, okay? Meaning we can use this in the same way or and now just like as a result. We can also switch as a consequence in the two. So here we have a coral reefs are dying. We can change this tooth as a consequence of the oceans getting warmer. Coral reefs are dying due to oceans getting warmer. So my main point here uh, is that we use these expressions to link cause and effect. Okay. Okay. There is different ways we can do this. We also have some other words. These words are very formal, okay? So these words don't use them in speaking a lot, but we have words like thus, therefore, hence, okay? I could only use these words, especially thus and hence, in writing, okay? If I'm writing something very academic, okay? But I can use this when I talking about cause and effect. In writing, this is not an academic samples, but I'm using an academic word here. For example, I drink tequila, period, thus I was hangover. So again, okay, we have the cause and we have the effect and it's connected with the where that's although there's time we're using it into the connect to different sentences. I drank tequila, therefore I was hangover. I drank tequila, hence I was hangover again. Okay, these words you use in very academic formal situations. Okay, you could not actually use it with your friends talking about drinking tequila, but you can see the grammar of it, how we good use it in a sentence, so we've covered a lot of cause and effect. Okay, vocabulary with cover, so because sense, as a result, as a consequence, due to, therefore, thus, and hence. So uh, these are a lot of words. It's very important, okay, to practice these words. The link has an effect. You can also practice identifying cause and effect because that's a very important skill too in your learning process. Okay. Okay. Expressing cause and effect, contrast, and condition with connectives. Okay. The words that introduce adverb clauses belong to a category of English words known as connectives. Okay, that join in one part of a sentence to another. Other types of connectives can also be used to express some of the same ideas that adverb clauses can. Okay, these other connects are prepositions, transitions, and conjunctions. Okay. Okay, cause and effect. Uh, because of and due to. Other classes are introduced because they express cause and effect relationships. For example, because it was raining, I wore a hoodie sweatshirt. Because of and due to our phrasal perceptions, okay, they express the same cause and effect relationship. For example, as because, however, a preposition is followed by a noun object and not by a subject and a verb. Okay. For example, because of the rain, I wore a hoodie sweatshirt. Uh, Due to the rain, I wear a hoodie sweatshirt. Okay. Okay. Occasionally, you will see the to followed by a noun class introduced by the fact that uh, this occurs primarily in ordinary and very formal writing. The nearest English speakers rarely use it in the conversation or informal writing. Due to the fact that it was raining, wear a hooded sweatshirt. Like adverb clauses, phrasal prepositions can also follow the main class. Note the calaf a comma in these sentences, okay? For example, I wear a hooded sweatshirt because of the rain. I wear a hooded sweatshirt due to the rain. I wear a hooded sweatshirt due to the fact that during was rain. Okay. Okay. Cause and effect, therefore, consequently, and so. Okay. Translation connect ideas between two sentences. They are used commonly in informal writing, but really in spoken English. Um, the transitions, therefore, consequently, as a result, they occur in the second or two related sentences and can have variety of possessions within the second sentences. Let's compare the following examples, which all have the same meaning. For example, Sam was late for work because they overslept. Sam um, overslept, therefore she was late for work. Sam overslept, she therefore was late for work. Sam overslept, she was late for work, therefore. So, um, it's a conjunction that has the same meaning as therefore because it is a conjunction, okay? So, uses a comma not a period to connect to related independent classes. Okay? For example, Sun overslept, so she was late for work. Okay? Expression cause and effect with such, that, and so that. Okay, such, that, and so that express cause and effect by enclosing other parts of the speech, such that enclose modified noun, such as plus adjective plus noun plus that. Okay. For example, it was such a nice day that I ate my lunch outside. I was such a good movie that I saw it a second time. So that encloses an adjective of adverb, so plus adjective adverb plus that. The drink was so cool that it made my beer hair. Jane speaks slowly that I lose interest in what he's saying. Okay, you can use so that uh, with many, few, much, and more to help express quantify. Okay, Sarah's section of the report contains so many grammar errors that I had to completely rewrite it. Mike has a few days off that I rarely get to the say how. Julie makes so much money that she can go out for dinner whenever she wants. Robert has a little trouble with the assignment that he finished the day it was assigned. Okay, the native English speakers often omit the that, okay, when speaking or writing informally. I was so hungry that I ate an entire pizza for dinner. Okay. Okay. Using so that to express purpose. So that with no words in between expresses purpose. It has the same meaning as in order to. For example, I cleaned up the living room in order to enable my roommate to vacuum the floor. I cleaned up the living room so that my roommate could vacuum the floor. I cleaned up the living room for a purpose. The purpose was to make possible for me roommate to vacuum the floor without having to move things out of the way. Okay. So that is often used instead of in order to, when ability is being expressed, pairing so that with can, could is the same as saying in order to be able to. For example, I going to cash my paycheck so that I can buy groceries. I cashed my paycheck so that I could buy groceries. Okay, it's very important combining so that we well good or a simple present tense verb is the same as saying in order to make sure that will is used and expressing present tense good expresses past tenses using a simple present verb in place of well good express future tense. Okay. um for example, I wear a hooded sweatshirt so that I won't get my hair wet. Another example, I wear a hooded sweatshirt so that I wouldn't get my hair wet. I wear a hooded sweatshirt so that I don't get my hair wet. Okay. Okay, modifying adverb phrases. Okay, the rules for reducing adverb classes to modifying adverb phrases. Okay, you can and can't do it. If an adverb class contains the to be for or the adverb omit the subject or the dependent class in the verb, okay, in the be verb. Adverb class, for example, I was driving to where I got stuck in traffic. Modifying phrase, while driving to where I got stuck in traffic. Um, if an adverb class does not contain a to be verb, omit the subject and change the verb to ing. Adverb class. Before I took the exam, I reviewed my notes. Modifying phrase. Before taking the exam, I reviewed my notes. Okay, notice that in both instances, the subject of the adverb class and the main class are the same. An adverb class cannot be reduced to a modifying phrase. If the classes have different subjects, a modifying phrase that is a reduction on an adverb clause always modifies the subject of the main class. For example, while his wife was taking a shower, John made breakfast. You can reduce this class to a phrase without changing its meaning. If you were to try it and that with something non-seco like this, okay? For example, while taking a shower, John made breakfast. Okay, watch out for Dengelen participles or Dengelen modifiers when reducing adverb classes to modifying adverb phrases. Mm, a Dengelen modifier is one that is left hanging without a noun or pronoun to modify. Here's a fairly obvious example of why this is a problem. While writing this blog, the doorbell rang. Unless the doorbell itself was writing this blog, the sentences makes absolutely no sense in the case. You need to provide an appropriate subject and beat there, okay? For example, when I was writing this blog, the doorbell rang. Now, let's see about the changing time classes to modifying adverb phrases. Okay, as we see in the previous sentences, adverb classes beginning with while can be changed to modifying adverb phrases. Classes beginning with after, before, and since can also be reduced to modifying phrases. Here is an example of each. Okay, same class. Since Ellen returned to school, she has been very busy. Since phrase, since returning to school, Ellen has been very busy. Before class, before Ellen returned to school, she had a lot of free time. Before phrase, before returning to school, Ellen had a lot of free time. Okay, after class. For example, after she had finished her classes, Ellen went to work.
Good to have a one training.
After finishing her classes, Ellen went to work. Or after having finished her classes, Ellen went to work. Okay. Okay, now let's see about the expressing cause and effect in the modified adverb phrases. Clause of cause. Clause of cause are used to show why something happens. These classes begin with conjunctions like because, since, and us. Okay. For example, I listen to classical music because it
I'd like to speak
sounds
to one of our
beautiful.
representatives about paying
Thanks,
your
you
electric
are
bills.
so kind to me.
Please hold the
I
line.
will
Wait for the
help you.
next available
As it
operator.
was so sunny,
Please have your account
we
number and
went
credit
to
card
the
details
park.
ready.
Okay. It is very
Announcement
important
2.
to learn that
If
because
you would
it's
like to
more
speak to
common
customer
and
service
important
about a problem
conversation
with your most recent
than
bill,
sense or us.
please have your most recent bill at hand. Our next available operator will be with you
Diego,
shortly.
please, your
Announcement 3.
microphone.
Customers who would like to arrange service for a new home, please press 4.
Diego,
Our representative will arrange a date and time to send technicians to your new home to set
Diego,
up
can you hear me?
service.
Okay, thank you.
Teacher,
Tell me.
¿qué tengo que hacer, profe?
No, estoy explicando.
Ah, ok, ok.
Entonces, para que me apagues el micrófono porque se escucha un televisor o algo. ¿Listo?
Ah, ok, ok.
Okay, thank you. Okay, okay, aquí here you can hear derive another examples. Okay, about the expressing cause and effect and modifying adverb phrase to connect the class of cause. Okay, for example, I listen to classical music because it sounds beautiful. Since you are so kind to me, I will help you. Okay, as it was so sunny, we went to the park. It is very important to learn that because it's more common in informal conversation than sense or us. Okay, classes of effect tell us about the consequence. They often begin when so that and such that. Okay, we usually put an adjective between so and that. We can put an adjective and a noun, or just a noun between such and that. Okay. For example, I was so tired that I couldn't stay. Excuse me. Stay awake. The meal was so delicious that I meditate again the next day. Uma is such a good runner that nobody can catch her. Okay. Okay, there were because is not included when expressing cause and effect by modifying adverbial phrases. The ing phrase expresses cause and effect on its own. This is similar to how while, okay, can be omitted from during the same time, okay, phrases, unlike the optional omission of while. It is mandatory to drop because when reducing a cause and effect class to a phrase, class because she needed to buy a new car, Rachel applied for a loan from the bank. The correct reduction to a phrase omitting because needing to buy a new car, Rachel applied for a loan from the bank. Incorrect because prefix the ing verb. Because neither to buy a new car, Rachel applied for a loan from the bank. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, using having plus, using having plus participle and verb expressing the meaning of not only because variables of before you can pair the styled phrase with past and present, but not future, these main classes, okay? For example, for example, sorry, having been to the restaurant many times before, I didn't want to go again. Okay. Another is having been to the restaurant many times before, I don't want to go again. If you want to make sure that the cause and effect relationship in a modifying phrase is clear, you can change the form of the being in the adverb class. You are reducing of being. Okay. There are three examples below. All have the same meaning. However, their own further emphasizes the cause and effect relationship. For example, because she was unable to afford a new car, Rachel applied for a loan from the bank. The phrase without being. Unable to afford a new car, Rachel applied for a loan from the bank. The phrase with being for clarity and emphasis of cause and effect. Being unable to afford a new car, sorry, Rachel applied for a loan from the bank. Okay. Using a pan plus ing and modifying adverb phrase. Modifying phrase is beginning with a pan plus ing usually have the same meaning as a classes that beginning with when at that time a pan is rarely used by a native English speaker in everyday conversations. It is more common to use the short form. The following examples are the same meaning. When I reached the summit of Stone Mountain, I took a photograph of the park below. Upon reaching the summit of the Stone Mountain, I took a photograph of the park below. On the last one of reaching the summit of Stone Mountain, I took a photograph of the park below. Okay, signal words. Okay, remember user. The signal words for cause and effect can help you to identify when cause and effect situations are happening in a text. Okay, so signal words for cause and effect are because, of, for, since, as, and due to. There are others, but these are the most popular. When we see a cause and effect signal word, there is possibility of a cause and effect relationship happening that we need to be aware of. Signal words can connect the ideas in a text or the events in a story. Mm, Often they do this by answering implicit questions. In the case of cause and effect, these are the what or the effect and the why. Okay, or the cause different signal words can be used to indicate each. For example, cause the why because of, since, as a result, as a consequence. Now that effect is the what. So therefore, this resultant, consequently, hence, accordingly. Okay, like here another example, the cause and effect. Because effect first, for example, I got a bad grade because I forgot to do my homework. Since, for example, I got a bad grade since I forget to do my homework. As a result, for example, I forgot to do my homework, and as a result, I got a bad grade. Therefore, for example, I forget to do my homework, and therefore, I got a bad grade. Okay, as you can see here, there are other examples that express cause and effect. Cause, I never brushed my teeth. Effect, I have five, sorry, I have five cavities. Okay. Sorry. Another example. I've smoked cigarettes daily for 20 years. Effect, I have lung cancer. Another examples. There are streets where snow packed and icy. Effect, cars needed more time to start. The cat had broke his arm. Effect, the doctor put it in a cast. The bus was busy. Effect, her secretary to a message. Cause I flipped the light switch. Effect, the light came on. Another example, an oil spill crosses crude oil to spill into the water. Effect, many plants and animals in the water died. Another example, a child eats only junk food and never does anything after. Effect, the child is obese. Okay. Okay. Advanced vocabulary of cause and effect. Now, everyone knows that to improve your English, you need to expand your vocabulary, right? And today's lesson, I'm going to show you the key to not just expanding your vocabulary, but expanding, but transforming your vocabulary. How is that? Mm, that's by learning something called collocations, okay? Collocations. What are collocations? Collocations are weird combinations of two or more words that are used together very frequently. Okay, remember. So, rather than just learning one word, if you learn the expressions, you learn how that word is used, what verb goes with where's noun. Okay, then your vocabulary will sound much more advanced, much more natural, and much more fluent. Okay, this is very important if you want to impress people when you're speaking. Now there are all kinds of collocation in English about everything that you can imagine, and that's what makes the difference sometimes between whether someone knows the language or not. Is not just a matter, it's not only a matter of knowing the word, but knowing how to use the combination of words or where the collocation. So in today's lesson, we're going to look up these kind of the advanced collocations that had to do with cause and effect. Now, you can always say that something made something else happens, and that's English too. It is perfectly fine to say that. But if you want to say things in a more sophisticated way, in a more intelligent or educated way, then you want to use the expressions which I'm going to teach you. All right. Sorry. Okay. So we're done. Have you written some words in red and some in black? So all of the words in red here are the timing cast. Okay. And everything on the side means the effect, all right? So these words are words we can use. These are synonyms, okay, for has or made something happen. And this is the effect, okay? So let's look at some example in sentences. The gums policy produce the results. Okay, so you can say made the results or did the results. But you can say produced the result. All right. So the qualification is to previous result or the previous the result. So the government policy produced the result that we expected, or the government policy didn't produce the result that we expected. Okay. So let's look at another example, the election pro code and outright. Now again, pro code have something to do with cast. So to provoke means to cast in a rather aggressive manner. Okay, so to provoke what? An outcry. Now, what is it? What is anacry? Okay, anacry means public anger. Okay, remember the anacry means public anger. All right, so it's talking about something that happened and it caused in a very kind of an aggressive way a response, an angry response from the public. So I provoked an outcry. All right, you can say the election result provoked an outcry from the people. Okay. Next, next one. The blizzard wreaked havoc on the highway. Now, what's a blizzard, Diego? Do you remember the previous lesson?
I don't, teacher.
Do you remember the blizzard?
No.
The these were blizzard.
Blizzard. ¿Cómo es que era? No, I don't remember.
Okay, no problem. Okay, remember, a blizzard is a very heavy snowstorm, okay? For
Ajá,
example,
una tormenta de nieve, ¿no? Una ventisca.
sí, exacto, exactly.
Ajá.
So, the blizzard read, habit, read. We said all these words mean cast, okay? It's another word for cast and havoc. What is havoc? What is havoc for you?
Habit.
Havoc. Havoc.
Havoc. Havoc. Mm. Havoc on the way. I don't know.
Okay. Remember, the havoc means damaged, disruption, confusion, okay? So,
Okay.
the blizzard and the very heavy snowstorm cause a lot of damage and disruption on the highway. So, wreak havoc. Now, if you say that, you can always say the blizzard caused a lot of damage, okay? Or the blizzard caused a lot of disruption, and that's fine. That's correct English too, okay? Okay, the next one. The strike is spelled the spell disaster for the economy. So again, to spell. In this case, doesn't mean like a spelling, okay? It has a different meaning here. Here, to spell disaster means to cause disaster and was disaster, okay? Okay, was disaster means something very, very bad, a very bad event, a very bad happening, very serious issues and problems. Okay, a disaster. So the strike has disaster or spelled disaster. Okay, on the for the economy. Next one, the prime minister behavior prompted speculation about his honesty. Okay, the prime minister behavior prompted or caused or led to speculation which is suspicion or doubt. Okay, the prime minister behavior led to doubt and prompted speculation about his honesty. Okay, again, lots of good vocabulary here, and even better calculations, the entire expression. So this way, if you learn the whole expression, you will be able to write much more fluently and speak much more fluently. Okay. Okay. Last one. The boss's favoritism breed resentment. Okay, resentment among the employees. So, what is that? First of all, what is favoritism? Remember, the favoritism is when somebody favors or treats one person better than another person. So, Abbas here is treating one employee or a few employees more nicely than other people. Okay, sometimes bosses do that. Sometimes teachers do that. Sometimes parents do that. They shouldn't do that. But it happens. And when that happens, what happens to the other people? They are not very happy, are they? No. So they feel a lot of resentment. Okay, they become resentful, and resentment is bitterness or anger. Okay, remember the resentment is the means bitterness or anger. So, and the verb here is to breed resentment, to cause resentment. Okay, so the past favoritism bred in the past resentment among the employees. So you have a lot of serious calculations and expressions to learn. Understanding the relationship between cause and effect is a vital critical thinking skills used in all aspects of life. Consider the following examples. In everyday life, we consider the sources of population and the benefits of recycling the garbage in our environment. Thinking about cause and effect points out the relationship between events based on reason and results. The focus may be only on the causes or only the effects, or it may include both. Okay? Okay, what is the difference between cause and effect? A cause is the reason something happens or why someone does something. For example, hard work often leads to success, eating nourishing foods and getting regular exercise result in better health. Okay? Okay, I'm going to send you a video about the topic, okay? Are you finished, Diego?
Profe, ya terminó el video.
Okay, thank you. Now, in the second activity, you need to, okay, sorry, the first activity to practice. You're going to practice about the topic. Okay, now I going to share with you the following learn to practice cause and effect. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
I finished, teacher.
Okay. Can you send it for a WhatsApp chat?
Okay, okay.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's continue with another activity. Okay. Okay, in the second activity, you need to complete the correct ways for the banks for each sentence. Okay.
Okay. La primera es results.
Very good. Okay, the second one, please.
Because.
Very good. Okay, there's one.
El tercero es ¿cómo se pronuncia? Due to.
Due to.
Due to.
Okay, the next one is.
Because.
You can use because, since, or as, okay?
Okay, okay.
Okay, and last one is.
Because.
Very good. Okay, continue. Another exercise.
Cool. Miller forgot his house key at school. Emilio forgot his. Sí, sí. Después de school hay una coma.
No, un punto.
Ok.
Punto. Después de la palabra sí va una coma.
Creo que la primera es so.
Very good.
Ok.
Okay, the second one.
And floating is do it too.
Do to, very good.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is.
Their problems are do it too también.
No.
No es do it too.
No, it is not correct in the sentence.
Entonces es dos.
No.
¿Huh? Oh my god. Because of.
Very good. Okay,
Blame heavily.
next one.
It rained heavily. There are floods. ¿Dus? ¿Ahora sí va tus?
No. Mm-mm.
Mm. Entonces sería so.
Very good. Okay, that's one. You know.
Entonces aquí sí debe ser dus, estoy seguro.
Yes, correct. Okay. Okay, now you are going to write please three sentence expressing cause and effect. Okay. When you are finished, please
Ok.
send it to me through WhatsApp chat. Okay. You have 3 minutes, only 3 minutes.
¿Cómo,
Okay.
¿Cómo que es lo que tengo que hacer, profe?
Tienes que escribir tres oraciones donde tú evidencias la causa y el efecto, ¿no?
Ok, ok.
Solo 3 oraciones. Tienes 3 minutos, ¿ok?
Ya las tengo, teacher.
¿Me la enviaste?
¿Por dónde las envío?
Envíamelas por aquí, por el chat de Teams, please.
Ah, voy. Listo.
Okay, learn how to play video dance. Okay, very good there. Thank you. Okay, continuing the last activity or class, okay?
¿Cómo, profe?
Vamos a continuar con la siguiente, con la última actividad.
Ok.
Okay, tell me for you, what are the collocations?
¿Qué collocations?
Mhm.
I think is often used together.
The often, okay? The first sentence.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. The number 2. For you.
Is I think is anger or bitterness.
Excellent. Okay. The next one
Is the hurricane a Greked?
very good. And the fourth one is
When you police it, okay. A speculation.
no.
Result.
No.
Oh my god. Mm, no sé qué es outcry.
Remember,
An outcry. Creo que es como
yes, this is
protesta,
the
¿no?
correct. This is the public anger, okay? Como una
Okay.
ira pública. Okay, thank
An
you.
outcry.
Another sentence.
Means to raise suspicion.
Very good. Okay. Next one is
If it continue to be this low, it could breathe.
no.
Entonces prompt.
No.
Oh my god. It could stop.
No.
Es spell entonces.
Yeah.
If sales continue to be this low, it could spell disaster. Spell, ¿por qué? Spell, ¿qué significa spell, profe?
Ok, bueno, bueno, la mayoría sabemos que spell en sí es un verbo, ¿no? Que
Sí.
significa en sí deletrear, ¿cierto?
Ajá.
Pero cuando expresamos un desastre, entonces ahí tiene un significado diferente, ¿sí? Eso es como
Ajá.
provocar, algo así, ¿sí? Significa, ¿sí? Que significa algo muy malo, entonces se usa, esto es como digámoslo, una palabra avanzada que usualmente los native speakers usan bastante, ¿no? Entonces lo usan ahí. Entonces, o sea, significa eso, ¿no? Que entonces provoca un desastre, ¿no? Sí. Entonces ahí
Ok.
pues ya cambia el significado que usualmente lo conocemos como deletrear, ¿cierto?
Ujú.
Ok. Please continue the next one.
Okay, an outcry means public anger.
Very good.
Hey, quieto.
Okay, that's one, please.
When the fire chief described the situation as a disaster, she lost. 2 is very serious. Somewhat serious problem. I think very serious problems or events.
Excellent. Okay, Diego, very good for you participating today in class, for you you have the good pronunciation about these new words for today class. Okay, keep it up and to follow the to practice. Okay, to practice and practice is very important.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, thank you, and have a nice afternoon and see you next week. Okay,
Thanks to you, teacher. Goodbye. Have
okay,
a nice
goodbye.
day.
You too. Thank you.